Hi YouTube, it's Tracy from Queen of the Board, and today I am playing Marvel Dice Throne X-Men Missions. Come and join me. So I've already played against Dr. Octopus and Mr. Sinister, the level 1 games. They're a little boring, honestly, just because it's so simple, but they're intended to be so that I learn the rules. So, you know, I'm glad that they're included. Plenty of other missions to go. Today, I've chosen to deal with the UN catastrophe. My big boss is going to be Mystique, and my hero today is Iceman. I'm pretty much all set up, so I have my health here at 45 as I'm playing solo. I'm starting with 2 combat points and 4 of my cards. Freeze the Day, Cold Treat, Twice as Wild. Very happy to see an upgrade card coming out nice and early there. So I've chosen my mission, and the goal for this one is to find Mystique. She's planted a bomb in the UN, hoping that a war will start, so we've got to track her down. The objectives are here. You can see that we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4 mystery tiles on the board. So we need to reveal those. We're looking to see if any one of them is actually Mystique. And to do that, either at the end of my movement phase, if I'm adjacent, I get to have a look. Or if I spend 3 momentum during my main phase, I get to reveal one of those mystery tiles. When I reveal tiles, I'm either going to find crosses or a success. I do need to reveal them all and then get out of the exit. You can see I've got 3 different types of nasty henchmen out there. The troopers in green, starting with 12 health and a shield, melee damage of 7. Riot control in blue here and here. That one is also melee. They have 3 shields, 12 health, and they're going to do 7 damage. And the captain in pink, just the one captain, but very nasty with a ranged attack. So even if I'm not standing next to him, he's gonna hit me with targeted and 2 undefendable damage. Of course, there is an unstoppable threat, the sniper. Nothing I can do about that one. Just hope to get lucky. If I'm not adjacent to a henchman, I get 3 undefendable damage. I'm guessing they choose not to shoot me if I'm next to one of their friends. So some really cool things about Iceman. He has a few different tokens, dice cubes, and this means that the person that I assign it to can't alter their lowest value die from their first roll attempt. So I think the dice cubes are going to be a lot more useful in player on player rather than missions. But the ice shards, that's a positive status effect with a stack limit of 5. It's either going to boost my abilities, or if I save them up, I can turn them into glide tokens. This is exciting. There's a stack limit of 1, and it allows me to activate a second ability. There are these little arrows on the board taking from one to the other. So you're gliding from one kind of attack to the next. It's really cool. And I have my freezer, which allows me to store up to 5 ice shards and a glide on the card. And that doesn't affect any of the stack limits anywhere else. It's a completely different location. And I think that's pretty much it. Apart from the crisis clock, we are going to roll. I got a 1, so it's just gonna start right here. Let's go. Worth pointing out that you usually don't start with any momentum. However, I got player perks from completing those 2 first level games. I chose to gain 1 momentum, so that's gonna stay with me throughout all of these missions going forward. One last thing to set up the board. I get to put out all of these cool, very nice tokens, by the way, benefits, and if I stand on them, I gain them. Lots of these included in the game, so a bunch of variety. Okay, and I think we're ready. So, first of all, I need to move. Where is he going? I would really like to take out this captain guy because he has a range attack. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is come right over here And that's great because it's going to gain me a momentum. So my momentum goes up to 2. And then, so now that I've moved, I'm gonna have a little look. I'm in my main phase, and I think the first thing I wanna do is gain this cold treat upgrade. So I'm gonna place it right here. It's costing me 2 CP, so I'm down already to 0. And the difference here is it's just gonna increase my damage, and it adds a whole second possibility here with 1 less dice. So I like that a lot. Now let's roll the dice and see where they land. 1, 1, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow. I'm gonna re-roll one of the ones. Maybe we can get it straight. Another 5. Do you know what? I'm gonna stop there because that is my cold treat. Cold treat, not cold threat. So I gain a CP. I get to store 2 ice shards in the freezer on the way to getting up to 5. And I get to deal 8 damage. So this guy has a 3 shield. We'll take care of that first. And 12 health. So that's gonna leave him with 7 health left. Now, none of the minions have any defense abilities, so I don't need to worry about that. I think that is the end of that turn. So after I've done that, we roll for the bad guys. And because I'm playing solo, I'm only rolling 4 dice for them. It's a nasty roll. 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go from left to right. I didn't trigger the troopers or the riot control, but I did trigger the captain. So I'm getting targeted, which is this token right here. And that's gonna mean that when someone attacks me, I get an increase of damage by 2. It's a stack limit of 1 and it is persistent, so it's gonna stay there until I figure out a way to get rid of it. Don't like that at all. And then 2 undefendable damage, so that plus that, I think that's gonna take me down by 4. And it's undefendable, so no defense for me. Well, that was pretty rough, but guess what? It gets worse. The sniper is also going to activate thanks to this 6. But I'm adjacent to a henchman, so I don't get that 3 damage. So they chose not to shoot. After that, we increase the crisis clock by 1, and then go back over and start the next round. So movement again. I do like these tokens, but you know what? If I move here, I'm going to be next to these henchmen and potentially getting attacked. So I think I'm going to avoid it for now. Next, I get my income phase. So I get 1 CP. I get to draw a card. I think my hand limit is 6. Oh, it's another upgrade. Okay, well, immediately going for it. My Hoarfrost. Again, adding a whole extra ability down here, increasing the damage. Love that. Goes straight down to 0. Now, because I've got 2 momentum, I could either use that to make my attacks ranged, or I could save it up to reveal mystery tiles, but I think I want to maybe look at the allies again. So Leech would cost me momentum. I'm not getting a lot of momentum just now, so I don't think, what about this? I'm gonna add Cloak for 3. No, I can't afford Cloak. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I'm ready for any of these. Okay, so let's roll the dice. 5, 5, 6. Oh, 6, 6. Oh, there's a lot of 6s there. I don't have any CP to modify dice over here, but I think I'm gonna see. That's a great result. I'm gonna roll these 2. I got another 6. Could we possibly be getting our ultimate power? No, not quite. Not quite. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, which is Hail the King. So I gain 3 ice shards. Now it's not telling me to put them in the freezer. So I'm going to put them straight on my mat. I would inflict a ice cube, but again, I think that's more if I'm playing against someone else. 5 undefendable damage, so that takes him from a 7 to a 2. Additionally, deal 2 collateral damage to all opponents. Now, it was a melee, and I don't know if I'm allowed to boost it with range at this point. Is that cheating? I don't know when you have to make that decision. I'm going to say that I can. So 2 collateral damage. And if you grab the little rule book and you check collateral, it's not defendable, but it would be avoidable. And there are special targeting rules, meaning it's telling you who it can hit. So collateral damage. So I've added the 10 health tokens to show that everyone has lost 2. And then the captain also would take that 2 collateral damage, and that kills the captain. And so now what we're gonna do is add this little symbol right here, and that reminds you to take 2 momentum for killing someone. So that's super cool. Off to a really strong start. Now, unfortunately, they're gonna try and hit me back. So we're gonna roll the bad guy dice. 4, a 5, a 1, and a 1. So let's have a look. Troopers, nope. The riot control guys, yes, but again, melee only, so that's not gonna hit me. The captain is gone, and there's no 6s. So actually, no one hits me this turn. Fantastic. But I do move the crisis clock up, and looky me, it's hitting the captain, and I managed to take him out already. So feeling pretty good. Beginning of the next round. So movement first. I think that I am gonna just come straight up here and land on this tile. And then at the end of my movement, I get to flip this one over. It is not Mystique. Next, I get my income. So 1 combat point here, plus a card. So wild, that would change the value of any 1 die for 2 CP. I'm gonna roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another 3. So I think I'm gonna roll this 3 and see if we can get a 5. Oh, another 4. 1 more roll. Come on. Another 1. So I've got these 4 dealing 6 damage. So let's take this guy out. So I'll get rid of this 3 defense first. And then another 3 leaves him with 7. I didn't get 4 of a kind, but I can transfer any tokens stored in the freezer to your hero board. So yeah, I'm gonna bring these straight over. So now I've actually got 5 ice shards. So anytime you can swap these out, and I'm gonna swap them for my first glide. Awesome. Of course, they're gonna attack me back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Left to right. Troopers are not going off. Riot control is going off, but I'm not next to any of them, and the sniper didn't go off. So it's worth noting that because I'm playing solo, they only get 4 dice, and I think if you play with 2 characters, the extra dice will mean that the bad guys are gonna have a lot more action against you. I don't know how balanced that is, but this was a lucky round, and I'll take it. Next, we increase the clock. Nothing's happening here. Go to movement phase again. So, where next? I'm gonna come right over here, and gain this 2 CP token to get me up to 3. Then I get my income, so 4 plus another card. Triple up. I get to draw 3 cards for 2 CP. You know what, I'm gonna do it because I'd really like to see if I can get more upgrades. So we get rid of this. 1, 2, 3. What did we get? Vegas baby. I thought I conquered. And everybody chill too. So that was right over here. And again, it's adding a whole extra ability right here, Sub-Zero, for dealing 5 undefendable damage. So it's going to drop me down to 0 CP. But I'm loving how Iceman's upgrades add like a whole separate section. So as I'm in the main phase, I'm going to spend my 3 momentum, 3, 2, 1, 0, and make use of revealing the mystery tiles. I'm going to get this one because it's not easy to get to and it's not Mystique. Next, I roll my dice. By the way, this is definitely not a rules teach. If I'm making mistakes, please add it in the comments. And if you take a look, later on I'll add Klingon captions with everything I learned from my friends in the comments. 3, 3, 4, 5, and 5. So I can already do Cold Threat. And I can even use, yeah, you know what? I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to gain 1 CP. Store 2 ice shards in the freezer. Yes, please. And deal 8 damage. So we'll do 3, 6. And he doesn't get change for this. So we're getting rid of all of his defense, which is nice. He's got 10 health left. And I'm also really quickly realizing I should have flipped this token. We found Mystique. Here she is. Yikes. Standing right next to her. And you know what? I'm going to use my glide path. So you see this little arrow right here? So that's going to, I'm going to ski over and I get to play Ice to Meet You immediately. I gain another ice shard. I would inflict dice cube, but I'm ignoring that. Now I roll 5 dice. One, 2, 3, 3, 5. I deal 1 undefendable damage per these, so that's 4. That gets him down to 6. I store 1 ice shard for the black one in the freezer, so that goes over here. And I would gain a glide if I'd hit a 6, but I didn't get any. But that was really cool. I like the gliding. So that one is spent. Next, it's the bad guys. Oh boy. A 2, a 4, and 2 6s. So I'm next to this blue guy, and he's not going to go off, but the sniper is going off, or would be, except I'm next to an adjacent henchman, so it's not going to hit me. I do move up on the crisis clock, and I have to discard a card. I'm going to get rid of Freeze the Day. So next, movement again. So I've only got this one left. I need to get over here, and what do we want to do? This is +3 damage. I like that one. So I'm going to shoop right over here. Puts me in front of this green guy. This will go on my board. I get my income, 1 CP. And a card, samesies. That can help me change dice. Okay. I'm gonna play Vegas Baby, which is 0 CP, roll 1 dice and gain half the value as CP, round it up. I got a 5, so I get 3 CP. Takes me up to 5 CP. And then I'm gonna play, I thought I conquered, I roll a dice, I got that. So I didn't get an icicle to gain glide, but I do get to draw a card. Double up, draw 2 cards for 1 CP. I'm gonna hold on to that for later. Okay, and I think we're gonna attack. Boop, 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 boop. Lots of ones. I actually quite like that. 4 of a kind. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those. Oh, yeah, let's see. 5 of a kind. Deal 7 damage. So first of all, he loses his shield for 3. That gets him down to 10, and I've got 4 more damage to give him, so this becomes a 6. And then I store an ice shard in the freezer. And I can transfer any tokens from one to the other. So I'm going to grab all of these. This little freezer mechanism is cool. Add it to this one and swap it out for another glide. And of course I forgot about my +3, but I'm going to spend it right now and get him down to the 3. Little reminder, I haven't taken any damage yet, but if I do, it's going to add an extra 2 because of this token. So I'm going to pop that on here actually, just to remind me. Because now they're going to attack. So we check, I'm next to the green guys, and he misses me. This would go off, but I'm not quite next to him. I'm standing on this tile, and the sniper doesn't fire. Move the crisis clock over to me, movement. So this symbol here is evasive, and if I take that, I can use that to try and dodge damage if it comes in. But instead, I think I'm gonna move to here instead and get 2 extra cards. Get that out of here to remove a status effect for 1 CP, double up, ice cool. This will let me transfer tokens from my freezer to my board. So that's pretty great. Now you have a hand limit of 6, but you don't have to discard until the last phase of the round. Now in my main phase, and I'm gonna spend 1 CP, get that out of here to get rid of this token. And gliding on thin ice for 2 CP, I'm gonna roll a dice, and that's gonna determine the rewards that I get. I get to store 3 ice shards in the freezer. Not bad. All right, now we're in my dice phase. One, two, 2, a 6, and a 4. Whoa, that's a mixed bag right there. Kind of want to keep the 6 and the 2. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Maybe we just keep all the 6s. Yeah, I'll keep the 6. I got 2 more 6s, so now I have 3. And re-roll this one. A 2 and a 5. So I could do everybody chillin'. Or, you know what? I'm 1 short on combat points to be able to change the values. I'm gonna go with everybody chillin'. So I gain 2 ice shards, dealing 5 damage, which takes this guy out. Boop. I get my 2 momentum. And I either add 1 damage per ice shard or gain 2 ice shards and draw a card. Well, because I'm already overkilling him, I'm gonna gain 2 ice shards and draw a card, which is an upgrade, which costs 1. Awesome. So here it goes. It's going to increase the damage for me, and it costs 1 point. And then I'm going to stop there Gonna have them attack me. That doesn't count. Oh. Okay, they all miss. So they haven't attacked me for a while. So this is where I'm thinking, it might be interesting, honestly, even if I'm playing solo, because I'm not sure I want to do this two-handed, just to add in an extra bad guy dice for an extra touch of difficulty and see how it feels. Maybe we'll try that for the next game. Move the crisis clock up. Now, unfortunately, I'm standing next to two of them and they both deal 2 collateral damage to all heroes. So that's 4 damage total. Takes me down to 37. And again, if we check the chart, collateral is not defendable. It's avoidable if I had some kind of tokens, but not a lot I can do with that. So for my movement phase, I am gonna come right in here. I get to, yep. Oh. So I did make a mistake because in fact this should have only been one of these green mystery tiles, but we can pretend that it's another red one. I think that's fine. But I did now achieve the main objective, the first part. So clear tiles on 3 politicians. So I should have been marking these off as good guys. So this one is safe, this one is safe, and we'll pretend that this was a red square. So we checked everybody, we read everyone's mind. My next thing is to get to the exit, but I can't move again yet. So I may as well attack. See if we can take out one more person. 4, 4, 6, a 1, and a 2. So I'm gonna keep the 6 again. 2 6s and 3 whites. Ooh, tempting. I'm gonna go all out. I'm just gonna roll these 3 all again. All right, well, it didn't really work out for me. 6, 6, 2, 3, 4, but I can play my Sub-Zero, which is 5 undefendable damage. So we'll just take this 10, turn it into a 5. They're gonna come at me. And you know what, just for fun, I'm gonna throw in that extra dice. Here we go. So again, there's an extra dice in here versus the rules, but I think it'll make it more fun. So I've added an extra dice in just to make it a bit more fun. Lots of oranges. So the troopers are definitely, he's gonna go off. So I get a melee damage of 7. It's gonna take me down to 30. However, it is defendable. So I think this is the first time that I get to use my power. My defense roll is 3. I get to deal 1 undefendable damage for the whites, and for the 6, 2 undefendable damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So those were all undefendable. So I actually almost took him out. This guy, 5 and a 1. Almost. Now we're checking over here, so be careful to keep the dice. It didn't go off, but the sniper does. However, I am still next to a henchman, so nothing's happening there. Crisis clock goes up 1. He's already dead. Going around to movement, and where is the exit? Boop. I'm out. So that is the first phase of UN catastrophe. I am going to make another video where I'm actually going to confront, Mystique. She's waiting for me. So please join me again. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Write everything in the comments. I love chatting with people. Thank you. Bye.